Okay, my pile number ones. What is this full moon in Aquarius revealing to you? Starting off strong, we have the star, Aquarius energy. Then we have the Ace of Wands, the King of Cups, the Four of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Wands. All right. Can you see that? Okay. So you've been working hard, pile number one. You've definitely been putting in the time and the effort to make something happen. This is definitely giving Saturn energy, as in, like, you've been working hard, you've been faced with delays, you may have been rejected, feeling like you've been told no 20 million times. It feels like you are trying to remain confident. The color yellow is really significant or popping out to me at this time. It's giving me solar plexus energy. Your confidence could have taken a hit. Just feeling discouraged or feeling underwhelmed with the results you've been getting. Mm. I do feel like there's an energy of working hard and just wanting a breakthrough, wanting to have your moment, feeling like you are always close, but just not there. Your hard work feels like, or you view your hard work as being like nothing serious, simply because the breakthrough that you want hasn't happened yet. The Seven of Wands and the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck feels like you are continuously being knocked down or feel like you've been pushed back. Something about being delayed or denied, or time, the timing of something is off. This is definitely heavy with Saturn's energy. You show up, you work hard, you do what's asked of you, but you feel like that's still not enough. You're waiting for a breakthrough. And I do feel that's coming. With the Seven of Wands, Eight of Wands combo at the bottom of the deck, it feels like you're making progress towards something. The star energy definitely gives me breakthrough, something that's very spontaneous. The star and the Four of Cups, actually. Just when you were about to give up, or just when you started to feel like it doesn't matter what you do, nothing's working. Just in that moment, pile number ones, that's when the breakthrough happens. That's when you feel like something's shifting for you. Saturn energy is strong here. Definitely, you may have dealt with a lot of rejections, um, people saying, oh, you're not qualified or you don't have enough experience. Feel like you've been let down. Something didn't go as expected or as planned, and you feel like it let you down. It's been hard trying to keep it together because it's like you're losing motivation, you're losing confidence. The color yellow is catching my attention in this spread. So, like, your confidence could have taken a hit because of the lack of progress. Trying to stay motivated when you are constantly being told no. Trying to stay motivated when you're constantly seeing how things are playing out in the world. Also, this feels like having trouble finding your footing in like what lane you should occupy. Aquarius energy doesn't fit neatly into one category. I feel like you have multiple talents, pile number ones. And it's like, why choose one thing? You have so many talents. I feel like maybe you're having trouble making things flow or making things make sense to where you can explain it to other people and they can pick up on how you add value to them. Also, what makes you happiest, pile number ones, chasing your passions. That's what makes you the happiest. And just the thought of maybe one day it working out, you getting the results that you're looking for, I feel like that's your driving force. That's what's keeping you going. Even though it does feel like you lose momentum sometimes because it feels like you've been at it for a while. Like you have your ups and downs. That's only natural. You can't always go at 100 or give it your all, or your all can't always be at 100. That makes more sense. Sometimes your all is at 60%. There's an energy of feeling inspired or feeling re energized coming up for you, pile number ones. This feels like being not overwhelmed, but it's just like your energy is shifting from being bored, being sad, being disappointed to feeling more excited. It's like you're meeting the right people in the right rooms, having the right conversations. Your words are resonating. You're doing what you're supposed to do, not in like this is what you have to do, but it's just like this is your calling. It's like you're moving into your right lane, your rightful lane, the lane that you need to take up. And it's like I said, you don't fit in a box. You have so many talents and so many things to offer the world. And you're trying to figure out how you're going to package it in a way to make sense to other people. It feels like people are having a hard time grasping what you're offering, grasping what you're about. Tell me more about my pile number ones and what this full moon in Aquarius is revealing to them, please, Spirit. Two of Cups. Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck is now the Eight of Swords and the Six of Cups. Okay. So yeah, this feels like alignment. I was saying earlier about you finding your own lane, doing something that works for you because you don't fit in the box. You're the star. This feels like doing something in an unconventional way and finding success. And you have to be able to get comfortable with things not perfectly fitting into a box for you. Alignment sometimes, well, as the universe naturally guides you into alignment, it feels uncomfortable and it feels like things are falling apart or everything's going wrong. But that's not true. Let things play out. Things are aligning for you. The Ace of Pentacles is another fresh start, new beginning. So it feels like your passions and your career, they're aligning now. Where things were a little offset, off kilter before, it's like things are making sense. The work you did from months ago, years ago, is coming into play now. It's giving you opportunities now because you're in the right places now. There were quite a few lessons to learn along the way. And you learned them, pile number ones. You learned them. All right, let's wrap this up. I don't want this to be too long, but I want to pull the Oracle card first. So let's do that. Oracle card for my pile number ones. What is this full moon in Aquarius? All right. Violet flame. Burning away was no longer needed. All right. Burning away what's no longer needed. So, pile number ones. You are moving into alignment with what's best for you, what's perfect for you. Because, like I said, you don't fit into the box. You have so many different talents, and you want to give your talents attention so you can make whatever your heart desires. This full moon in Aquarius is asking you, like, what habits, what thoughts don't go along with what's in alignment for you. Does that make sense? Like, you're not going to be able to get to point B if you're stuck in the mindset of it's impossible. It can't happen for you. It's like it's certain ideas and mindsets you have to let go of because you're trying to accomplish so much more. And it requires a different mindset. So burning away was no longer needed. With Aquarius being an air sign, that's mental stimulation. It's like what thoughts aren't serving you any longer, what habits aren't serving you any longer, what do you need to release? And that definitely goes along with the bottom of the deck, the Eight of Swords. What habits are keeping you trapped? Habits that you learned as a child, maybe? Mm. something to think about, pile number ones. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I am going to leave that right there. Hopefully, this resonated with you. And yeah, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, for my pile number twos, what is this full moon in Aquarius revealing to you? Pile number two, full moon in Aquarius, what is it revealing to you? Allow, accepting all parts of you. Okay, Aquarius energy is the outlier. You definitely don't fit in. This group, I feel like, could be my popular loners or people who um just feel misunderstood. You're more likely to be by yourself. It's not that you don't want company or you don't welcome people in. It's just you don't want to feel misunderstood, or you don't want to. Oh, sometimes you don't want to be vulnerable with people so they can see the different sides of you. Sometimes you can be a little too harsh on yourself, be a little judgmental of who you are, how you are. Maybe you carry a certain level of shame with this allow energy, like you weren't allowed to be yourself. You had to mask or pretend to be someone else. You weren't accepted as you are. My pile number twos, accepting all parts of you. The number 22 or the age 22 could be significant. I feel like you're getting comfortable with the idea of unlearning something, something that was instilled in you, and you no longer want to resonate with that. So I feel like you've already had it in your mind that you're working towards accepting all parts of you, even the parts that you were made to feel ashamed of for some reason. You feel like you could have been the black sheep of the family or the odd one out, the misfit, the rebel. It feels like you were taught to hide certain parts of yourself because you knew it was unacceptable. It was deemed as unacceptable. Mm. Welcome to self-discovery. This is what the full moon in Aquarius is revealing to you. All right. Oh, I just happened to look at the bottom of the deck. It's nurture, giving yourself love, care, and encouragement. That's exactly what you need. Giving yourself love, care, and encouragement. That's exactly what you need, pile number twos. It feels like that was denied. Like that was denied to you as a child. You're learning to be soft with yourself. You're learning to be vulnerable in a way where you don't feel like you have to hide anymore. Be nice to yourself, pile number twos. I know that's not easy. The energy of Saturn is coming through in a way of like wanting to be strict, wanting to focus on the task at hand, on the lesson. Saturn isn't offering nurturing energy. Saturn is not comfortable in Cancer. I think of nurturing energy, I think of the zodiac sign Cancer. Saturn does not want to be in Cancer. So it feels like this group was denied that nurturing love, that protective energy, that energy of just having someone to pour into you. It feels like they were more about making you feel afraid, making you feel ashamed, and making you feel less than. Whew. That's a lot from an oracle card, but that is what the full moon is revealing for my pile number twos. Let's continue with this message. What is the full moon in Aquarius revealing for my pile number twos? These two cards flipped over. I'm going to take them. Four of Pentacles and Temperance. Hopefully you can't see my thighs. The Five of Cups. And the Two of Pentacles. All right. Okay, something about spending more time living your life. It's like you spend a lot of time hidden away or hiding, the theme of hiding once again. I feel like you have to hide. Spirit wants you to get outside, live your life, enjoy your life. Look ahead. This full moon in Aquarius is asking you to look ahead. Break old habits. Spend more time doing things that make you happy. Feels like you're really focused and hard on yourself. You need to find a balance. Bottom of the deck is the four, not the four, the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords. This feels like not being able to sleep. Insomnia. I say that as I'm recording this at 3:32 a.m. So you could be a night owl like me, just up in the middle of the night for no reason. You could have trouble sleeping, feeling like you just have a lot on your mind. You have a hard time focusing or letting your mind rest. Therefore, you have a hard time sleeping. That's what that balance is coming through. That's why you're being asked to find balance, because you're having a hard time letting your thoughts rest. You also come across as a bit reserved and restricted. But like we said earlier, that's because you were made to feel ashamed in certain areas of your life. Hmm. It also feels like, I don't know, it's something about always looking in the past. Like, I'm looking at where she's looking, where he's looking. Something about just not being able to get over something, not being able to process something. Maybe you feel like you had to keep something to yourself. Now's the time to like work on maybe finding someone to talk to, finding a therapist, confiding in a friend. It just feels like something's bothering you more than you really realize. Something's bothering you, and that's what's being revealed, what's bothering you. And it is tapping into the energy of feeling like you had to hide certain parts of yourself. What else? Um, let's see. Tell me more about the Five of Cups for my pile number twos, please. The full moon in Aquarius is revealing to my pile number twos. The Death card. So it's like you're mourning or grieving the loss of something. This could be like grieving the life you felt like you would have had if something went a different way. You're grieving the old you. You're learning to release when you need to release. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess along with the Empress. Okay. Hmm. Someone, some of you have a mother wound. Some of you have a mother wound, and you're processing that. Some of you have a mother wound and you're processing that. You're dealing with the the unseen or the hidden trauma of whatever your mother did to you. That was coming through earlier when I was talking about the oracle cards. That nurture energy, and I was talking about Cancer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so someone out there definitely has a mother wound. Spirit, tell me more about this Temperance card for my pile number twos. 10 of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Empress. Okay, I am so sorry, my pile number twos. The Empress along with the Devil. Well, definitely trying to start over, new beginnings. It's like you're trying to release the hold your mother had on you. You're trying to release the hold your mother had on your psyche. And it's definitely not easy. This, I feel like this is coming through for this full moon in Aquarius because you're outside of the norm that was set for you inside of your house. And now you're outside of the house, you're setting your own standards, and you're learning to become comfortable with that. Hopefully, that makes sense. Hopefully, that resonates with someone out there, my power number twos. Um, I don't want this to be too long, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you later. Okay, my pile number threes. What is this full moon in Aquarius revealing to you? Spirit, what is this full moon in Aquarius revealing for my pile number threes? What is this full moon in Aquarius revealing to my pile number three, Spirit? The Page of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, there's something about this group that is effortlessly cool or effortlessly stylish, fashionable, effortlessly put together. Pile number threes. The Hangman, the Hanged One in this deck. The Ten of Wands. And I'm being guided to pull 5 cards, 5 tarot cards for this group. Pile number threes. What is this full moon in Aquarius revealed to you? The Death card. All right. This is interesting. Make your next move your best move came through. So it feels like you're plotting and planning for something. To relaunch, to reclaim, to reconnect. This feels like you're trying something again. This time your approach is different. Feel like you're being more authentic to who you are. You know more. Okay, pile number threes. Let's see. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess, along with the Emperor. Okay, 2 major arcanas. All right. So you're reconnecting, recharging, reclaiming something. You realize that something doesn't need as much effort this time around. It's like you were Working harder, not smarter. This time around, you understand that. So you're relaxing a little bit. You're elevating your strategy. You're moving on from checkers and you're starting to play chess. This means you're not as burned out because you're thinking ahead. You're thinking strategically. You're thinking like you're the boss. Bottom of the deck, once again, the High Priestess and the Emperor. You're really good at balancing masculine and feminine energy. I do feel like you had to take some time to understand something or take some time to clear out any doubts you had about yourself, your skills, and your abilities. And you had to really get to the root of it. Like, why do you feel that way? Why do you feel like you aren't capable of achieving something? Or why do you feel like something's too hard? Why are you putting in all this work and nothing's happening? Why are you constantly feeling exhausted, but not feeling like the results are matching the efforts? All right. Pile number threes. It feels like you are looking at something from a different perspective this time around. This full moon in Aquarius is revealing to you where you were lacking before. It's revealing to you what wasn't working. I feel like the significant, I mean, oof, I feel like this past Mercury retrograde in Cancer was very significant for you because I keep going back to reclaiming, reconnecting, recharging, trying something again, revising. I had to look over something and be like, actually, this isn't working. I can do this in a more efficient way. I can do this in a way that allows me to triple the outcome while reserving my energy. Capricorn energy definitely coming through strong. And Aries energy with the Emperor at the bottom of the deck, along with the High Priestess. But right now, the Emperor is bringing that Aries energy. And as I'm thinking of Saturn, as Saturn rules Aquarius along with Uranus, Saturn is in Aries right now. And for this group, that feels significant. It's like you're learning to slow down. You're learning to look at the details. You're learning to plan and not be so impulsive. Hmm. Also, you're learning to see something through and not celebrate prematurely. It's like you're changing your focus from short term success that is like, I don't know, quick, fast, in a hurry. You're changing your perspective. You're now more focused on long term success, longevity. And since you're focused on longevity, you see why overworking yourself isn't necessary or isn't beneficial to you in the long run. It's like, yeah, you understand in the beginning you're going to have to work harder and just put more energy and effort into it, yes, but it's just like, how long do you plan on doing so much for um, just a little bit of results or something that's like quick, fast, in a hurry? It's like you want to think bigger, you want to do more. Let's see. Spirit, tell me more about the hang one for my group number threes. Oh, pause the video. Okay, I stayed dropping the cards, but I'm back. All right. Spirit, tell me more about the hang one, please, for my pile number threes. What this full moon in Aquarius is revealing for them. The Page of Wands. Here you go, starting fresh. That energy is coming through again. And yeah, you're at the beginning, you're restarting, and yeah, you still feel like you have a lot to learn, but you feel more confident in what you know this time around, where you are right now. You know more than you knew yesterday. You know more than you knew 2 months ago. You know something. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're putting multiple things into work right now. Also, I feel like you're wanting to, well, you understand the importance of not skipping steps this time around. I think I'm picking up on that Saturn and Aries energy, where before, like I said, you could have been really impulsive and not really thinking things through. You just do it because you feel like it, or you're not really thinking how they can add to the bigger picture where you're trying to go down the line. Your perspective is shifting. This is what the full moon is revealing to you. You don't want to be as impulsive. You don't want to be as whatever way the wind blows you. You got a business plan, baby. You writing things down, making things official. You want to make sure people can't be like, oh, she just threw that together. Oh, she isn't serious. She's a Cheyenne Bryant. She's not for real. People not saying that about you, okay? You got everything in order. You know what you're talking about. You have everything you need to back it up. You know how important it is to have everything in order. You want to be taken seriously, and I feel like you're showing up with a different attitude this time around. Yeah, okay. Okay, my pile number threes. You're feeling like you're stepping up. You're learning the ins and outs of the business. You're learning the ins and outs of whatever area you're occupying. You're learning what to do. Tell me more about the death card for my pile number three, Spirit, please. That's the death card. Justice, another major arcana. So yeah, that's giving me business, partnerships, contracts, something you earned, something that you put in work for. Oh, this is giving me Saturn in Libra. And Saturn is exalted in Libra, feeling very comfortable, thriving in Libra, the opposite of Saturn in Aries, which is not so comfortable for Saturn. Saturn does not like that Aries energy. This Justice card feels like you're balancing something. So, like I said, you were overworked before, you're learning to balance now. You can't work to the point of burnout constantly anymore. You got to think smarter. Leaving old habits behind, Five of Swords. Five of Swords with the Fool. Yes, leaving old habits behind. Let's wrap this up with an oracle card because I've pulled an oracle card for both pile 1 and pile number 2. So for my pile number 3s, let's get an oracle card for my pile number 3s, Spirit, please. Wrapping this message up for my pile number 3s. What does that say? Clarity, seeing and feeling the truth. All right, that's definitely going along with this message because the Hanged One is definitely representing confusion and not seeing something clearly. It's representing feeling stuck, coming to a halt, a pause. That's when you were like, let me rethink this. I really want this to work for the long run, have long-term success. That's that rethinking. That's that Mercury retrograde that I was feeling, that energy coming through. Now you have clarity coming through with this full moon in Aquarius, baby. All right. And with that being said, I am wrapping it up. Pile number 3. And I am going to bed. It's almost, shoot, it is 3:59 a.m. Thank you so much for watching. Pile number 3s. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you.